guys, I'm so glad you're back again with me today for another video. We're going to look at a shutter card from Lawn Fawn and how to put it together. I would appreciate it so much if you'd like and subscribe. Let's get right into it. So I'm going to show you the dies and what they coordinate with on this card. You need two of these, which are those two front panels. And then this nice belly band is what people tend to call it, has a die for it also. So you're going to need two, and I just made mine white, but you could do any color. And it'll even show you how to connect it. It scores you for it where it's supposed to bend. It makes it very easy, which is nice. The next die that we're going to go over is the middle panel. So this right here, this is an add-on to the set. So you can still make this general idea without having the add-on, but the add-on does make it a little easier. So this is the flap. These have a little triangle edge to them, and that's what closes. They're the shutters. Once again, you can make those any color that you want, and you need two of those. And then I'll show you the background. So this big die here, I did this card out of Bristol smooth cardstock, and it has these two little tabs up top that'll come down and help you mount that centerpiece. And then of course it scores the card everywhere it needs to be. It leaves indentions where you're going to put those shutters. It is an amazing die. Lawn Fawn never disappoints, and make sure that you know exactly how this is going to go together. So with your For You right here, they give you three different words, and you can use this middle circle as the middle part. You can use anything you want, really. But they give you three different word dies there. They give you a heart. I like this circle because it has the center stitching. That's what I used on this card. And then you'll see some of the words. I'm going to bring in the For You. They've got a hello. This one's a smile. They all are perfect size to fit on this, and of course you can use them for different things. So I feel like this is a very versatile set because you have so many options. Of course, I'm having trouble picking up all these dies, but basically you have smile, hello. You're going to have a little camera. I'm going to show you there's some add-on hearts that are smaller that I think you could probably put as whatever you wanted to. Just decorate this little area here, or you can use them in other sets. You could use them on the camera if you wanted to. There's so many options, and it just gives you a lot of things you can do. Okay, so let's get into how I'm going to make this background, which I'm going to ink blend the background to try this out. And I'm using Lawn Fawn Cloudy stencils, but this is the regular size stencil, not the slim line, which they just came out with a slim line of this, which I think will make it easier. But if you're like me and this is the one you have, here's how you can do it. So I did not realize on Lawn Fawn stencils that each end will fit back into that other area. So look how this fits right here. It makes a perfect seamless transition. And so you can easily go further across. You just have to make sure you're holding your stencil in the right area. So see how that does? Perfect, amazing. I'm going to cut out some of the middle of the ink blending and show you how adding in a darker blue at the top gives it a little bit more depth. So I'm going to go in with the broken china on the top two layers. I did, I think, 4 layers on this, and the broken china just gives it a little bit more depth. I'm also going to, of course, add highlights and splatters, and this may not be a necessary step for you, but I just really like the way that it looks. So I did it on this card, and I love adding extra colors and depth in all different kinds of ways. But I feel like that, even though those colors are so similar, having that little bit darker up there, I feel like gives it just a little extra touch. I like the design to look consistent, so I laid the white piece that's going to go in the middle across and matched up the stencil, and of course I'm going to match up the colors. So I'll do this for each layer that's on the middle piece, and I just feel like that gives it more consistency, and it looks nice to the eye to have that design continue to go across, as you can see over there. So next we're going to blend the grass, and as you can see there, I always turn this stencil the wrong way. So I just wanted to remind you that you need to turn the stencil where you're putting the ink into those grooves. So here is the correct way. I turned it the opposite way and forgot that's not what I was looking for. So I'm going to cover this up by just making my grass kind of come over that area, and we'll see how this works out. I also wanted to remind you that if you hadn't subscribed yet, to please hit that button, but that I will include in the description links for all of these items. Those links, if you are interested, even just at looking at the sites, please click through those links. They really help support my channel, and I appreciate it so much. So I'm doing the same thing here. I'm ink blending this middle part, lining up my stencils so that it looks consistent. And then we're going to go through and we're going to splatter some paint and get to building the card. So one other great use for stencils is to cover up an area that you don't need that you've already done. So this, I'm covering up the sky and I'm using the green Distress Oxide to splatter on. So I've mixed it with a little bit of pearly accents and water, and I'm just dabbing it on. If you've got a place that you wanted to get sprayed and you just decided that you needed a little extra dots, you can always dot those on. So we're going to start putting this together, and I'm going to start with the shutters. I have this tape runner laying here, and I thought I would use it on this, but then I decided I just didn't think I could trust the mechanism to use a tape runner. So I'm using my, this is like score tape, but it's actually made by Lawn Fawn, and it is a really heavy duty tape. This stuff will stay on through all kinds of things, and I figure with this moving parts, it might be a better idea to use that versus my tape runner that I don't feel like is quite as strong. It may be difficult to see in this video, but there are two like very teeny score lines that fit this shutter card perfectly. So they're the exact shape and you can line them up. And once you've got them lined up, you just hold on to it and close the edge of the card. So you'll see right here, I'm lining these up, and I wish I could get some better perspective so you could see those lines, but they are right there. I'm not just guessing. And then when you're putting your shutters together, you're supposed to make sure that one edge of each of the shutters is behind and in front. So not like they're just going straight over each other, they're kind of interlocked, and that's how the mechanism stays together. So you want to make sure to do that. So on this edge, these little tabs that I'm putting down, I did use score tape on this. For some reason I grabbed that one instead of the Lawn Fawn one, and I did the same idea. So those fold down. I used a bone folder to make sure they were folded really well. And then when you're going to line this up, you've got to hold a few things at a time. So you need to make sure that you're ready. I went on and put my inside design in here and erased those circle lines that I had made so that I've got that lined up. Then I'm going to get my shutters lined up like they need to be, and we're going to attach this front piece. And this is what's going to hold the whole card together. So you need to make sure that you've got all your pieces and you're ready. So I'm going to get this backing off of this adhesive up here, and you'll see me mess with this because it is a lot to hold this together, and if you're kind of a perfectionist, you want to line it up where you're not going to see any of this white part. So I kept trying to do that laying down, and I decided that it's actually easier to stand the card up so that you can see where that white is, and this is a little bit tricky because you need to hold on to everything carefully before you push it down onto that score tape, because score tape is pretty good adhesive and it will be hard to take it off. So I got it lined up where I wanted it to, and I'm pressing it down, and then I'm going to go back and mess with my shutters. I just felt like I had too much other stuff in my hand, so that seemed to make more sense. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. This time though, I've got at least part of the card coming together, and I can stand it up the other way and do that other tab. So here's how that looks all put together. So cute. Just need to add my belly band and of course put some more little characters on the bottom. But as far as interactive cards, I feel like this is pretty easy to do, and it just makes such a huge impact. The belly band, you see you've got two die cuts here, and they have a score line, so I scored both of them. And then there's also a line, hard for you to see, but you'll see where I attach this adhesive. There's a spot right there. It's got a little line. I don't know if you can tell in the video or not, but you attach your adhesive right there. And the other side, of course, has one too, and that's where you're going to connect it. And what's nice is that little line shows you how far to push up your other piece of paper. Your paper butts up to that little score line, and that way you're not making it too big. It fits the card perfectly. So here's some pictures of the inside and of the outside of the final card. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope that you will try to make one of these cards, and please see my description for links to products. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and please check out some of my other videos. I had a great time today. Hope y'all did. See you soon.